Walker fakes. Walker puts it up. Won't go. Tice on the follow. It misses. And the Lakers hold on to win.
What comes up must go down. All I'm saying is this. The season is all about ups and downs. The Boston Celtics are going to get knocked down a lot, and they're also going to come up. Let's talk about the downs. Right now, they're down. They're down. This is GRD Podcast, episode 23, Michael Jordan year. We got Reid Miller, Jake Seymour. I'm out here, GRD Pod. Let's go, boys.
Obviously, last game, Celtics dropped one to the Lakers, losing 96-95. It's a tough loss for the Celtics, but there were some takeaways from this game, and, I'll go around real quick and we'll talk about it. But my biggest takeaway from this game was the need of a big man. I mean, we just got bullied, I felt like, all night in the paint. I felt like there were times where, we just had a little bit better big man play. Maybe Rob played a little bit better, and Tice and Tristan played a little bit better. Maybe we would have won by 1 point. But at the end of the day, too, it also came down to Kemba Walker. It showed Kemba Walker is not 100% to come back yet, and the fact that, he still needs to condition and get his legs back. A lot of people are complaining about him and trading him. That's just overreacting, in my opinion. Give him some time, get his legs back, and I guarantee you, come playoff time, he'll be fine.
Yeah, didn't he just have that stretch of like 3-4 games where everyone's clamoring for him, saying that Kemba's back, and then he gets one bad game, and Celtics Twitter's ready to burn down the city of Boston?
Yeah, that's how it goes. Welcome to Beantown.
My God, I honestly think Celtics fans act as if that every season is like the series finale of just basketball. They're just done after that 1 year. It's now or never. Blow the team up if you don't win. Random Tuesday night in Los Angeles.
So I haven't really chimed in. I was just throwing my Instagram live in. So we're going to go live on there too and just let the people know what they're missing out on the pod. To be honest, like talking about the LA game, first things first, I got to say this. If you got Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Lakers coming down to 1 point, hey, that's good for basketball. It is what it is. Like a 1 point game, it sucks to be on the losing end. And lately, it feels like we've been on the losing end versus the Lakers in the close games, and I hate it. Rajon Rondo buzzer beater inside my face, right at TD Garden. That made me want to jump off a bridge. Anyways, I just feel as though I'm happy about the game in that sense. Like, it was good basketball. It is what it is. We could complain about what the Celtics did wrong all we want, but Kemba should have hit the shot, whatever.
I mean, when you score 2 points for the other team and lose by 1. I mean, that's
4. It was 4 points.
Yeah. Right, just two.
There were 2 tip-ins. I think it was Tice and
Tice. Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell do you shoot the basketball in the wrong mother basket? I know you guys told me to stop swearing. I'm not gonna swear anymore this year. 2021, no swearing, motherfucker. Yo, this game is late tonight, though. The game tonight is really late. I'm not excited about staying up past midnight. And it seems as though on this 5-game road trip, something about these West Coast games, you got to think at least 1 or 2 of them is going to go to overtime, I feel as,
100%.
It's like, it's a weird thing with these stupid-ass West Coast games when we're staying awake all night and into the morning, but... It is what it is. On Instagram Live, we got a lot of followers all over the world. I don't even know what it's like to follow the team from another time zone and stuff like a lot of these dedicated fans do.
Shout out Adam Taylor.
Adam Taylor, yeah. Bunch of guys out there, though, on the UK following. But, yeah, look at this road trip real quick. We have Celtics-Warriors tonight. That's at 10 p.m. Celtics-Kings, 10 p.m. Celtics-Clippers on Friday, 10 p.m. Celtics-Suns, I'm looking forward to that game. 2 p.m. on Sunday, right before the Super Bowl. And then they wrap up the road trip Tuesday in Utah. It's a 10 o'clock start on the East Coast. So, yeah, like you were saying, just a tough time schedule for everyone, all the fans on the East Coast. But looking at this road trip, I honestly think we'll go 3-2. I feel like we'll, be in the winning end of it. There will be some games that we lose. I think tonight could be one of them, or tomorrow night. I'm expecting a loss in either one of those games. All this because, the travel time and then the back-to-back. But you know what? It is what it is. This is going to be a fun road trip for the team, see what they're made out of. Just a lot of games, a lot of different time zones, a lot of traveling just to see, what's going on through this team's head and, where they at. Can they travel across country like this and still play good basketball, or do they really need home court in the playoffs? So I think it'll be interesting in that part.
Yeah, I think a 3-2 finish in this 5-game road trip's pretty realistic. You got the Clippers and Jazz in games 3 and 5 of this 5-game trip, and they're two of the hottest teams in the league right now at this point. I think LA's won 10 of their last 11, and I think the Jazz just won like a 10-11 game streak themselves. Except for last night's blowout, but it's a test. I mean, no Marcus Smart, no Pritchard. It's I saw a tweet said we like to talk about the hospital Celtics, but this is more the urgent care Celtics this year, and I think that describes it perfectly.
And the COVID Celtics up in the ICU.
The COVID Celtics, yeah.
Dude, these next 5 games are gonna tell us a lot, and it's coming at a good time because it's gonna give Danny and Mike Zarin a good look at what the Celtics need. And yeah, you could talk about the 2 injuries that the Celtics have sustained with Marcus Smart, Peyton Pritchard out for another 2 weeks, I think. Those are gonna hurt these games right now. Those are the 2 guys that I would have liked to see on this trip. I would have liked to see the rookie out there, but instead, we're going to have to withstand a couple minutes of Jeff Teague. I would rather them take Evan Turner and put his ass out there than watch Jeff Teague play the game. I don't know, man. But
Jeff Teague has had a rough start, but I feel like he's going to bounce back. I mean, this is a guy. I mean, he's been on a lot of winning teams.
He can't get any worse than you already are. If he stays this worse, he's getting his ass cut.
He had a really solid start.
He stays this worse, he's getting his ass cut, bro. He can't get any worse, bro. So there's only up for Teague, turnover Teague. We out here.
Celtics Twitter was raving about him when those preseason games. He was doing so hot. So I think that he's just in a bad slump right now. He has to get back into it. This isn't a guy that does this regularly. I mean, he's a very solid player. Been on numerous playoff teams, numerous successful teams. So I think he's going to bounce back, and I'm excited to see that. And I'm excited to see.
Yeah, so the Minnesota Timberwolves were not successful.
Those Atlanta Hawks teams were. They made a deep playoff.
What is a successful team to you, dog?
Make the playoffs and you get through the second and third round. And one of those Hawks teams did that. Come on. They almost certainly did. Don't tell me that.
It's not successful to me. Success is a championship. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have had 0 success here. I don't care about – I'm happy about the All-Star games, this bullshit, that. I'm happy about making the Eastern Conference Finals 3 out of the 4 years, but that's not success to me, bro. That's like progress to me. If you're talking about success, I'm talking about bring me another banner in this bitch. That's success,
like the ultimate point of success. But making it far in the playoffs, not every team can do that. Not every player is capable of doing that. There's a level of success with that.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. Some players play better when there's no pressure. You just said it best. The dude played good in preseason games. Blah, blah, blah. When it didn't matter, he did good. Look at Gordon Hayward. He got no pressure. Michael Jordan just said, go out there and play basketball. The guy is going off for fucking 40 points a game. The guy he will break his toe if he fucking tripped in a game with Boston. It is what it is, bro. All I'm saying is this. Some players play good when it doesn't matter. Jeff Teague, he played good when it doesn't matter. He can't play good when it matters. Prove me wrong.
Can't wait for
I'll say, let me raise you this. Who has been the more disappointing signing between him and Tristan Thompson?
I think they're fucking both racing to get cut right now. I don't even think we could cut Tristan Thompson. I don't even think it makes sense, but I think they're racing. They're racing for the end of the bench to be the next Gerald Wallace, unplayable, a.k.a. another coach. Pretty much, but
I mean, you bring on Tristan Thompson to rebound, and he's been doing that. He just has an inability to finish around the rim right now.
And not only that, he has been a good rim protector a lot of times too. I feel like he's giving up a lot of baskets around the rim. I don't know, they've both been disappointments in my book. I feel like we overhyped them a little bit, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Teague. Tristan has at least rebounded the ball.
I think I would too. Yeah.
We're all saying this as Celtics fans. The time to prove it is in the playoffs. Like right now, for all we know, like I'm being patient. I'm not like burning their fucking houses down. I'm just saying like so far they've been dumpster fire. In my opinion, they could easily prove it on a West Coast trip if we go 4-1 right now and Jeff Teague leads us to 2 of those W's, yo, I'll be interested. Or he like has a game winner, like he might gain a little bit of respect. That's what happens. But I don't know. We'll see.
Assuming we don't run the double big. Yeah, assuming we don't run the double big lineup then. Which actually I want to say something about that. I don't hate it. I think we're just playing with the 2 wrong bigs. I think you got to swap out Thompson and swap in for Time Lord.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah. I'm interested in that double big man. And speaking of the big man, I think I ran some people.
How come Reid looks different every episode? This guy is like alter ego every episode.
I do.
One day your hair slick back. One day you look like you're about to get your dad to sue us. I don't know, bro. One day looking like Kyle. We out here.
I want to stick on this big man trend for a little bit because I think I rattled some people on Instagram this past week. I proposed a trade. I said it wouldn't be. I would consider and would possibly do a trade that consisted of Smart, Tice, and a couple picks for Clint Capella. And I felt like this weekend really showed how much we need a solid big man in Clint Capella. They should have done this last year when he was on the market in Houston, because now the ask price from Atlanta is going to be a lot greater than what it was, from Houston. Somehow this went over my head too. I tried working in that trade exception. It didn't work last week, and now it does. So if you could factor in, like, honestly, people are going to hate this, but if you can send Atlanta like 3 to 4 first-round picks, whatever they want in those picks, and use the trade exception on Capella, please do it. Please get Capella. I love Capella. He's such a great rebounder, such a good defender.
Wait, let me say.
This is the perfect time. Reid, this is the perfect time where I wish you were recording, because I was literally about to kick this guy out the fucking podcast off right there.
Hey, if he gets anywhere from 4 first-round picks,
Capella is not bringing a banner to Boston, bro.
Really is.
He's gonna be a next guy. He's gonna bring another slogan. We're one superstar. Get the hell out of here, Clint Capella.
We don't need first-round picks.
If you want Clint Capella in Boston so bad, here's how you do it. You play Robert Williams more than 15 minutes a game.
And if they do that, sure, I'm happy. But my reasoning behind Clint Capella,
at least try it. At least try it.
No, and that's fine. I would love to see Rob Williams play more. I'm not saying that. But my reasoning behind bringing in Clint Capella.
Let me just say this real quick. Sorry. He plays 15 minutes a game, but is per 36, so let's say the minutes of a usual starter. 14 points per game, 14 rebounds per game. That's a lot more. I know it's not really a lot more than Clint Capella in regulation.
But you get a lot of fouls. Okay. How many fouls a game does he have?
Per 36. Per game right now, he has 1.5. Regularly has 1.5.
Well, listen, this is what I like. This is what I like about Clint Capella coming to Boston. He's just a solid player, solid big man in general. He leads the league in offensive rebounds and is second behind Andre Drummond in total rebounds. Great defender around the rim, and it's just another person that Rob Williams can learn from. I mean, we saw it in Rob Williams' rookie year. He had Al Horford and Baines behind him. I don't think Tice or Tristan Thompson are really going to teach anything to Rob Williams from the way they play this year. Tice has been solid, but Tice commits so many stupid little tacky fouls, and that we always want to say end the war on Tice, and a lot of those calls are very bad, but there are some calls you see from him and you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, stay on your feet, please. And I don't want Rob Williams to pick that up. So you bring a guy in like Capella, I feel like he could greatly help out Rob Williams right now.
See, I just think that's very counterproductive altogether. I mean, you literally have like a raw Clint Capella, a younger one on the team that's a lot less expensive that you're just not playing.
I don't know. I feel like, I would rather use a TPA on Capella versus Bradley Beal. That's my personal opinion.
Well, you can't, so don't worry about it, because you can't use the TPA.
You can't use it on Bradley Beal. Yo, Jake, you're coming to us with little 12-year-old takes, fucking traded, generator bull, whatever it is.
NBA.
We're trying to talk about real shit. We're about to face the Golden State Warriors. And I ain't worried. So let's talk about it, bro. Instead of talking about fucking trades that ain't going to happen.
Oh, we need trades. We need a big man. That's all I'm saying. We need a big man. And whether that's playing Rob Williams a little bit more or trades.
I'm still stuck on the fact that we got Tristan Thompson on our team. We got a young bud superstar in the making, Robert Time Lord Williams.
Exactly.
I
said this at the beginning of the season. I said sorry.
I'm literally on the same level as Reid. I feel like as though we have somebody on our roster that we could put in that position and succeed. Like all these teams do it without signing a big contract to a big man. They all do it, bro. So I think we should just go the low ball route.
So why isn't Rob Williams being played then? Let me ask that.
What? Yeah, I'm not Brad Stevens.
Yeah, but why do you guys think he's not being played? There's obviously a reason why he's not being played.
He's younger.
Bro,
he's just had COVID. He just had coronavirus.
Brad Stevens this is not Brad Stevens' first year in Boston, dog. I know this is your first year following the team in depth, but Brad Stevens always does this stupid shit in the beginning of the season and figures it out, dog. Come on, bro.
I don't know. All I'm saying is either play Rob Williams or make a trade for Capella or Andre Drummond.
Right, here's what I'm saying is that with Marcus Smart probably out for like the next 2, 3, maybe month or 2, 3 weeks, whole month, who knows how long. But I assume they're gonna go back to the double big lineup with and moving up Brown and Tatum up a few positions. I think you gotta experiment with Tyson and Robert Williams more because I think they offer more than what Tyson, Tristan Thompson offer.
So what do you think? Like Tyson at the 4 or Tyson at the 5?
Tyson at the 4, Rob at the 5. Robert's game is all down low.
I like that idea. I think we do need a double big, especially when we play the guys like Embiid and Anthony Davis. I was actually calling for that double big lineup on Saturday night, but we just never saw it, which is kind of surprising.
I guess so. Rob actually was even commended by the ABC announcers for how well he did against AD, and then he gets matched up with Tristan Thompson and just takes his lunch money every possession.
Yeah. I don't know why we didn't play him. I like Rob Williams as a player. I've said it before. I'll say it again. But he needs to be more consistent. He needs to stay on the floor. But right now, he's on the floor, so why can't we play him? I love Rob Williams. I think he's going to be a great center.
I think he is consistent. I just think he just needs to feed the guy more minutes. It's nothing that we can do. It's Brad's. I don't know. It's his way of thinking, I guess. He trusts Tice more, I guess.
There's a lot of times that he's not on the floor, though. I mean, whether he's battling an injury, which is out of his control, or he has COVID, which, again, is out of his control. But
that's my point. You're making my point for me. He had COVID.
That's but it happens. That's what I'm saying. You can't. I feel like he's always off the floor, whether it's his fault or not. Or in the beginning of his tenure here, he was missing flights because of his lack of being able for times. I guess hence the name Time Lord. Moving on to the Smart injury, though, we got to talk about this huge problem for the Celtics right now, especially heading on to this West Coast trip. Smart is going to be missed for at least 2 to 3 weeks, like we said earlier, probably around a month. So it's going to be a huge problem for the Celtics team without Marcus Smart. So, Reid, I want to know what are your thoughts on this whole Marcus Smart injury?
It stinks. I mean, it's you lucked out with. You saw the replay. You thought that. You thought the worst event, like right after it happened, like you thought you saw his Achilles just snap right on television, like you saw with Kevin Durant in 2019. Like you saw right away that was a torn Achilles, but I thought I saw the same thing with Marcus Smart, and then you see it's just a calf strain, which still stinks. He's going to miss extensive time, but it's the difference between like 2-3 weeks versus 18 months of rehab, and then he's due next year for a contract. So it literally could have been one of the last few times we could potentially see Marcus in a Celtics jersey. It had it been a torn Achilles,
Yeah, luckily it wasn't. He's going to be missed. He's obviously, one of the great defenders in this league. And his flopping wins the Celtics games. Not going to sugarcoat that. It does. He doesn't flop. Okay. He flops. Come on. But Marcus Smart is one of those guys, though, that he'll get you those winning plays. He'll also, do a lot of stuff for you that doesn't show up in the box score at the end of the night. But he's going to be missed. He's one of those guys that can guard every position, 1 through 5. End of the day, all I can say is going to be missed. It's going to be a tough little stretch for the Celtics.
So I feel as though on the Marcus Smart injury, I was more sad when Peyton Pritchard went down. And I know they both went down for like similar amounts of time and stuff, but Peyton Pritchard was like showing a lot of promise, and I feel as though like missing him is gonna hurt us more. Cause I've been on this thing this season, like I don't really think that this regular season matters much to these players, coaches, or anybody. Like I feel as though they're just gonna mess around, and when the seeding gets close at the end of the year, then it's gonna just be trying to play the best matchup you can, whatever. But
yeah. You said that with Jalen. Yeah.
What?
You go. My bad. I was going to say you said that with Jalen, and then how he said he's not going to try so hard without the All-Star game, but then he's putting up these numbers. So if he's still just messing around, imagine when he's actually trying.
Exactly. I mean, it's interesting to say, like, I lost my train of thought since we brought Jalen up. Made me start thinking of
Paying Pritchard.
Yeah, I mean, losing Smart, it just sucks that it's at this time. Like, I would have liked to see him go over to California and act up. He didn't even go on the trip. And, yeah, it's not – you don't want to lose your first guy off the bench, your glue guy, during a time like this. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You'd rather him be healthy for the playoffs, so we dodged the big bullet. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, it does think, though, the trade deadline is about a month away now, 2 months. And, it's going to affect his trade value a little bit coming off the injury if they want to ship him, depending on, what's going on with that. I mean, don't tell me that Danny Ainge doesn't look at, the move players. I mean, whether he pulls trigger or not, that's another argument, but he looks to move players. It's rumored every year I almost traded for Anthony Davis, or I almost traded for this player. So, I mean, that could affect Celtics in some way, but I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't.
I feel as though, like, is he tradable? Yes. The contract is very tradable. He's very tradable. At the same time, like, the only thing that I feel as though would keep him on the team is, like, he's been on the team the longest. So I feel like they kind of value that in the sense of, like, to win anything in this league, you kind of have to do, like, build the team through the draft and stuff. And I don't know. Getting rid of him is, like, obviously, if the right deal is there, you do it, but it's a tough guy to get rid of for the front office, I feel like.
But, I don't know if Marcus Smart's someone you just kind of throw into a deal. I mean, that kind of player just happens to be the best on-ball defender in the NBA right now, arguably. I don't know if you can find a better one than Marcus Smart at the moment. Easily the best guard defender, but
it's scary.
I just think you just don't know what his real market is out there. I mean, he's got a tradable contract, yes, but, like, is that a contract that you can trade in return for pieces, or is he a piece that you throw into a trade for a bigger prize?
So the Celtics are not even in the, like, they don't want to get rid of him. He's a championship player,
No,
like a contender would want him. Yeah. Yo, but Jake brought up him being, like, a free agent in 2 years. Like, that would be a reason, like, the Celtics don't want to lose him for nothing. Yeah, but yo, he's the perfect guy that, like, a random ass team is gonna throw the bag at. Like, a Detroit is gonna throw him like $24 million a year or something, like, stupid, and that's gonna piss me off. Anyways,
that's why I think you look to move him now. His, Reid, like you were saying, he's probably one of the best on-ball defenders in the league right now, if not the best. So his trade value is already high. Next year you're gonna be, your back's gonna be up against the wall, because if you want to move him so you don't, lose him for nothing, now teams gonna be like, you want me to throw in this guy? Well, I'll just wait till July when he's a free agent. I'll sign him for whatever. So that's someone else I got to think of too if I'm Danny Ainge. Because I guarantee you Marcus Smart will walk.
You got to also make sure the player's happy, because you got to, like, you're trying to build a championship, bro. So you're talking about trading away, like, one of the players that, if we were going to the championship this year, I would probably put a little side bet that he could be like an MVP of a championship team type shit, Would you agree
possibly
with that?
He has this series, like, a perfect example was Toronto in the bubble. That was a perfect series for him. But then one of the things that aggravates me with Smart is that,
like, the Celtics are not going to be sellers at the deadline. Like, the only way they get rid of Marcus Smart is to bring in a player that brings us over the top. Like, that's the only way. Other than that, like, you saying trading him for assets, I don't believe that they would ever do that.
Well, my thing with Smart, too, is that the ego-to-talent ratio is totally off the mark, in my opinion. His ego is just through the roof, and his talent doesn't match it. And the other thing, too, that aggravates me with Marcus Smart is that the night that we finally had the big three back in Kemba Walker, Tatum, and Brown, they were finally playing a game this season together. Granted, Kemba Walker did not have a good game. Marcus Smart took 15 shots. You are not part of that big three. It is Tatum, Brown, and Kemba Walker's team. Marcus, don't take 15 shots. Don't. I don't know why he did it. That was one thing I saw. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Please don't do that.
I think that Marcus Smart, out of all the players on the Celtics, he probably does get me the most pissed off, just because he's been on the team for the longest, and you feel like he should, like,
No
He
better.
should be a bigger person sometimes in some situations, and I'm not even talking about like him like talking shit to the refs. I'm talking about him and like deferring the ball instead of like taking shots and stuff sometimes. I don't know.
He doesn't see it like that. He thinks that he's that guy.
I feel as though it doesn't hurt us in the regular season, but that's what's gonna kill us in the playoffs, though. But at the same time, bro, we're talking about an all defensive first team play, bro. So
defensive, not off offense. But I do want to add this into it real
defense,
quick. The Celtics
is that worse? Like is that?
No,
like
I'm just saying it's defense. That's why he should be taking 15 shots. But I do want to throw this into it. The Celtics feed into this too. I don't know. Every time I listen to Danny Ainge do an interview, he talks about the core. It's like he'll talk about Kemba Walker, and he'll talk about Tatum, and they'll talk about Brown, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, and Marcus Smart." And then I'm sure you guys have seen it too. All the NBA teams are saying, "Oh, vote for this player for the NBA All-Star game." And I'm looking at the graphic, and it's like Tatum's here, and then they have Brown, like the superhero graphic. So you see like Tatum and Brown, and you see Walker, and you're like, "Oh wow, it's like a cool graphic." And then all of a sudden you see Marcus Smart, and you're like, "Marcus Smart." It's like which one doesn't belong? New. Marcus Smart shouldn't be, in that conversation for the All-Star for the Celtics. Come on.
This is something that I don't think you're putting into consideration. Like an NBA franchise, like you always got to make sure that you keep in these millionaire players that you're already pampering. You're already treating them like divas. Dude, you always got to make them feel happy, bro, and happy and wanted in your house. That's all I can say when you say that, bro, because it's just like a little stupid marketing thing, in my opinion. Like, do we think that Marcus Smart's going to the game? No, but I don't know. They probably put it out there just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, but what about those Danny Ainge interviews? That's not marketing purposes.
I mean, Ainge is smart. GM, bro. You want your players to like you, and you want to.
Are you gonna say what are you gonna do? Talk down to your players?
Yeah,
no, exactly. But the way he talks about it, he makes it sound like he's part of that, like he's a part that could get you over the hump and win a championship. Like he's gonna lead us to the promised land.
I mean, he's a big part of that, bro.
I think he's overhyped. I don't think he's that big.
I mean, I'm the guy over here that's telling you that I think that the Celtics could do good without Marcus, but I also feel like he is the guy that you want in the NBA Finals in Game 6 when your point guard goes down and he steps up and has a crazy closeout game to win the championship. That's the guy, bro. You don't feel that?
No, and I'm just feel that, but he doesn't realize that. He's a great role player. He's a great role player, but he doesn't understand.
Of last year against Toronto. Game 7 against Toronto last year. What happened?
He had a great game. I'm not debating.
No, specifically, what happened in the game?
He had a great game. What do you want?
Norman Powell, the chase down block. We don't win that series without that. It's plays like that happen. Yeah, that's why you hold on to him.
You don't remember defense. No. You don't remember Bam Adebayo swatting Jason Tatum's ass out the.
We don't talk about that though.
We don't remember defense on this podcast. All we do is get buckets on this pod.
My point with Marcus Smart is that. Hold on. My point with Marcus Smart is that yes.
Why are we still talking about this guy?
Can he win you? Can he make those winning plays? Sure, but he'll also take 15 shots in a playoff game, and you've lost that playoff game. Good job, Marcus. That's all I'm saying. That's all my little spiel about Marcus Smart.
You see, I think it's the opposite. I mean, this has always been like a regular season issue. It hasn't really been an issue in the playoffs, and this is like specifically like last year in the playoffs. You saw it was like the Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum show. I mean, in the Toronto series, there's Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker was so good in the playoffs, they had to throw a box of one on him. In the Toronto series, I mean, kind of disappeared the other two.
Oh, but people want to bury the guy after he played 3 games this year. And
yeah.
Game winner, and he went
1 for 12. Can't wait for him to show up tonight and get 30 points.
It'll be interesting to see
that on my page today that I think he should have a good trip out west.
Should have a couple of good games.
I didn't get comments. Yo, that's the scary part. Sometimes I make a post on my page. I don't even proofread it. So I know I have typos, and I don't even read the comments sometimes for like 2 hours. So people could be like writing in the comments bad shit. I shouldn't even say that. I should tell people I read it all. Fuck.
Yeah, he reads all of them. I read them first, then I hand them off to him.
Yo, what's the next topic? Last topic. Let's wrap
kind of hit on everything, but real quick, let's just go through the road trip. Give me real quick. We'll just go off win or loss of these games. Tonight, 10 o'clock game against the Warriors. Win or loss?
I think it's a win, but I just think sorry to interrupt, but like I said at the beginning of the pod, I think we go 3-2. I think it's the Clippers and Jazz that give us the most fits, and we'll probably. I'm not saying I'm walking in expecting them to lose and hoping they lose, but like those are the two that I think we're gonna struggle with. Those are two of the hottest teams in the league.
So you couldn't just going through all the games with us. You had to just go out and just say your opinion.
Well, we're supposed to say WL for each one. Like what?
Yeah,
they
win or lose.
We were just going to get like 2
loss.
points on each game and be out, and then we good. Go off to the sunset like Fast and the Furious type shit. Instead, you just wanted to rain on our parade. Usually, that would be like something Kyle would do.
We know how talkative he is.
All right, Reid. So, tonight's game versus Golden State, what do you got?
I got a win.
Okay. So, tonight's game is interesting. I really do want to see, I want to see Kemba Walker play, bro. He reads the comments. That guy is a social media guy. He's not like one of those guys that puts out a lot, but he reads things that people say. And after that performance the other night, dude, I think that he's going to have a good game tonight, and people are going to be putting that number 8 jersey out there. What's the next game, bro?
I got the Warriors as the win too, just because Wiseman's out.
I got Boston. Either way, I got Boston.
Boston's gonna win. And then tomorrow night it's 10 p.m. start. Celtics Kings. I also have a win there.
Win there. It's the Kings.
Dude, the
Kings are good. Kings are not bad this year though.
They remain the Kings in my opinion.
They always give us trouble in their arena. I feel like for some reason we've lost there, and then their stupid social media. They post funny ass things. I like their social media. I'm gonna say the Celtics are they're pretty pissed off. Their plane ride out to Cali, I feel as though it wasn't a happy time. They lost their glue guy and Marcus Smart to an injury. He wasn't there. Peyton Pritchard ain't walking through that door. So the flight over there was probably pissed, not a fun flight. So I think they're going out there for business, bro. I got them beating Golden State and then taking care of the Kings. And what's the third game?
Then we got the Clippers. I'm taking a loss.
Waxing the Clippers, too, in overtime.
That's Friday night, 10 p.m. start. I'll take a loss on that one.
I would say win because we played them very well last year, but it's you don't have Marcus Smart. I think that's a game where he would make a difference.
And their two big guys are back from their social distancing bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll take an L on that one.
Okay. I got the Celtics at 3-0 right now. They're hot right now. They're hotter than the desert right now. Finish. They're hotter than the desert in Arizona.
Speaking of Arizona and the desert out there, they're going to the Valley, heading off to Phoenix for a 2:00 start on Sunday, right before the Super Bowl. You know what? I'm going to throw a loss here, only for the fact that because Phoenix has been extremely hot, and the Celtics always have trouble in Phoenix. I mean, think back just a couple of years ago, Isaiah Thomas bobbled that ball out of bounds, and they ended up losing by 1 point off a weird shot. So I would not be surprised if they drop this game. So I'll take a loss here.
We never had problems since Devin Booker dropped 72 on us, and we still beat them.
70.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yo, all I'm telling you is this. We're going into Talking Head Arena, and we taking the fucking heads off of the Phoenix Suns, and we're going to make you mad, Jake, because I know you love your boy Devin Booker. What's their record this year? They're in the top 5 over there?
They're very good, yeah.
They're having a season, bro. They're proving me wrong. I talk a lot of trash about them. Chris Paul's working out over there. They look good. I do like them a lot, but I like the Boston Celtics going 4-0 right now. But
you already know, the Valley.
That's a jersey.
Come on. Their city jersey this year. This is a nice jersey.
Yeah, you won't drop $100 on a Boston Celtics jersey, but you'll buy a goddamn Devin.
I got this off DHgate. It doesn't even fit me. I'm already a little salty about it. I got it for $20.
All right,
got it from China. But anyways, moving on to the next game.
Go to the gym and then go to the next game.
Yeah, I got to shrink 6 inches too. It's up to my belly button. Anyways, moving over to Utah, another 10 o'clock start. So many 10 o'clock starts on this road trip. Utah, I'll take a win here. I said it before, I'll say it again. I just don't think Utah Utah's hot. Utah's very hot, but I don't know. Something about them just rubbed me the wrong way. I
Utah
feel like
is
Celtics gonna eat up.
Fire hot.
They're gonna eat up
up
against Utah. I'm telling you, man. They're gonna eat. They're gonna eat Utah. They're gonna beat Utah. I'm telling you.
That's gonna be a fun one to watch. You could go ahead, Reid.
I just made this point in my head now. Originally, I had the Jazz topping us. Like I said, like 3-2 is probably 3-2 should be the goal, but I'm gonna obviously pull for them to win each game. But no one gets victimized more by the tight seal than Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
Let's just put it at that. I mean, that might be enough to just put more of the hump, and you take away that 7'2" shot blocker down low. That might be all you need. I mean, yeah, they're still very deep team regardless, but
I'll take my chances here. I'll take a win right here for Utah.
I think I'm gonna go too. I think I'm gonna eat my own words, but I'm gonna take a chance there too.
Damn. So they're really like going on all cylinders. I think they're the number one team in the West right now, the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, they're always a good regular season team. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, over the last 5 years or so, you could say that. So are the Boston Celtics. Anyways, I'm taking a dig at our team that I love. That I was
gonna say we just went to the Eastern Conference 3 out of 4 years. You just made that point yourself.
We out
just
here.
Gotta get over the hump.
We got progress, bro. We don't have success yet. That ain't success.
That's
progress.
The process.
Anyways,
Whoa.
Utah. Utah is firing hot, and the Celtics will end the trip 4-1 and come home. We out here.
4-1. I like it.
Send us off. Send us off, baby.
So this has been another episode of the GRD Podcast. Thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure you guys leave that 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or drop a like and subscribe if you're on the YouTube side. Until then, we'll see you guys next week.